Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed your lunch and you're suitably refreshed and replenished as we push on through the remainder of the programme. And we'll start with the second of our inspiring talks on Hungary's innovative ecosystem. Commsignia connects vehicles with each other and with the surrounding smart city infrastructure to provide solutions for next-generation autonomous functions while making everyday driving safer and more efficient. Since its founding in 2012, it has become a preferred partner for several automotive suppliers globally. To tell us more, please welcome to the lectern Commsignia's CEO, József Kovács.
Thank you. Have you ever sent text messages while driving? Well, I have. There are so many distractions that come in front of us during a daily commute. Let it be inside the car or outside of the car. There are more and more cars, and everybody wants just to get from point A to point B in a safer and efficient manner. So we turn to technology to solve the problem of streaming accidents live on Facebook, unfortunately. So one might say that technology can be either a good, cooperative, or a distraction. I'd like to show you an example where technology can really help with the future of transportation. About 2 years ago, I was attending a conference in Las Vegas in the United States, and there were car manufacturers and innovative OEMs and suppliers presenting their next generation ideas. And they invited everybody outside to the parking lot to reveal one of the new public transportation vehicles that the city has just bought. So, okay, we said, let's go out and see it. It was up until the point that we entered the bus and we saw that the bus had no steering wheel. So this was actually the very first public transportation self-driving bus that has been in operation since then and carried over more than 2 million passengers. So you might say that self-driving cars are coming, if not already here. A lot of tech companies are building functions to support autonomous driving, and statistics say that around 90% of all accidents are caused by human drivers. So what if we eliminate the 90% and take the humans out of the equation? Can we really solve transportation this way? Or you can always ask, but okay, what's happening to the remaining few percent? This is an example of a Tesla car in California crashing into a concrete barrier because the driver was not able to operate the function correctly, or the car was not able to follow the paint on the road, and essentially causing these accidents. This is Highway 101, carrying tens of thousands of employees of the large tech companies like Google, Facebook, Apple on a daily basis, and yet this is where these accidents happen. So how do we come up with a way to solve all the transportation problems out there? You might say all we need is cooperation. We say V2X. V2X stands for Vehicle to Everything Communication that allows cars to exchange information automatically with another car, or maybe with a smart city camera to make the safety of a car, safety of a driver, or the safety of a self-driving function much better. Imagine that there are traffic cameras all over the highways, all over the intersections, which are painfully watching traffic accidents happening all the time. And yet these poor cameras or the poor traffic lights cannot really warn the driver, cannot really do anything. It's just reporting maybe the statistics that, okay, accidents did happen. But what if these cameras were able to detect the pedestrians that are on the crosswalk, and it's actually hidden behind the tree, hidden behind the building? But that's okay, because with this cooperation technology, the vehicle sensors can be shifted from this direction to a 360 perception, because anybody can communicate with everybody, and we can receive the same information about the pedestrian from multiple different sources, that's confirming that it's really there. So what if we were able to help that poor Tesla before it got into the accident? So let's talk about how we made this happen at Commsignia. This is actually how it all began. My fellow researchers, László, András, and myself, were at the barbecue at the nearby lake, Lake Balaton. And we were having an argument. We just read a scientific paper, and we were trying to understand why they wrote that cars can never exchange information between one another for safety purposes. So we not entirely took a bet, but we were really interested to find out what's the real truth. So in about 2 to 3 weeks, basically hacking, we put together this setup. It's actually a huge metal antenna hooked up on the top of an everyday passenger car, supported by the towels underneath. And this was the first time that a car was able to exchange data, real-time data, with another car for safety purposes. So we thought, okay, this is a good direction. Let's find out where we can install this and really see how this would affect the transportation ecosystem. So over the course of the next few years, we began climbing up literally on top of highways to install antennas, to install equipment, to connect to the sensors so we can help the cars and the drivers around us. We participated in the standardization because we believe that in order for car manufacturers to cooperate on this and cities to cooperate with the car manufacturers, you need to create a common language. The common language which the car can use to exchange these crucial informations. And we continued this kind of pilot activities until larger and larger cities became interested in what we do. And you remember the self-driving bus I took in Las Vegas. What I didn't mention, that in every single intersection in downtown Las Vegas, you have these white little boxes that I tried to circle over there, which provide the self-driving cars this additional data that they need to really pass through the intersections without having to slow down to like crazy slow speeds and without being difficult to navigate. And this is the first step that allowed us to really This is the first step that allowed the self-driving cars to interact with the cities in an automatic manner. Here, self-driving cars can access the real-time pedestrian information and the traffic light information. What is the speed they should keep to hit all the green lights on their paths, or whether just to make sure that the traffic light is really red or green, so it will not kill the driver in it if it passes through the intersection. So we said it's okay. Now let's put this into every single vehicle. We basically had the standards for it. We helped the car makers write the standards. We had the city deployments, and right now we are in a phase of deploying this technology to every single passenger car that will be manufactured from 2022 and 23. We have pending discussions with 2 major OEMs, car manufacturers, who would like to license our technology. And imagine that in about 2 to 3 years from now, if you walk into a car dealership and you order your new car, or you just get your phone app and order a mobility service, which may be a self-driving shuttle bus, your driving experience and travel experience will dramatically change. Because you no longer will need to turn around where the ambulance car is coming from. Or if there's a fog on a highway, you can make sure that there is nobody that is about to collide with you. There's no potholes. So essentially, your physical limitations of your eyes and the cameras in the car will be extended to create a much safer future for transportation. And it will not be an easy task, because there are still old cars, there are smart cars, there are not so smart cars roaming around in the cities, even today. Now let's take in also a couple of self-driving cars, and we need to make sure that every single member of the transportation will be able to carry its passengers, or you, to work, or your family members to work the next day. And the only way you can do that is via cooperation, because cooperation helps you to be safer on the road. Thank you so much.